this too.
Participants are joining.
Good morning. Welcome. Good to see everybody coming in. This is Frank. And we are here to make some music and create sounds and a little bit of joy. So we'll give another minute or so as other folks join. Hope your day is off to a great start. There we go. Seeing some faces pop in. Good morning. Hey, Dale. Good to see you. All right. Going to give it another minute or so for a few more folks to drop in, and then we'll get it going. I'm Frank. Good morning to everybody. Good to see you on this Saturday morning. Woo! I hope the weather is good where you are as it is here. It is really, really nice. And in Arizona, we know that that's not going to last forever. Because eventually it turns from good weather into an oven. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice. Welcome. Giving it about another half minute, then we'll kind of get going with our intro and welcome everybody. Going. Welcome back to some found sounds and healthy rhythms. Hope everybody's feeling good and invigorated, and you've got something to make music with. Tap along. It's about creating sounds or whatever we have. I brought a very special batch of popcorn seeds today. I'm feeling that. So if I shake them and they wind up all over the floor and you hear me vacuuming, we'll just call it music to our Epicurean taste. All right. Yeah. And then let me go ahead and get us started. I'm going to our welcoming from Miss Brenda Holt, and then we'll continue. Thank you. Producer.
Hello, and welcome to another Drum Circle session. I am Brenda Holt with AARP Arizona. We are the nation's largest nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to empowering people 50 and older to choose how they live as they age. And with a nationwide presence and nearly 38 million members across the nation and over 900,000 right here in Arizona, we work to strengthen communities and we advocate for what matters most to families: health security, financial stability, and personal fulfillment, to name a few. During the months of May and June, we will focus on healthy living, and amplify the call to action for the 50-plus community to develop healthy habits for mental well-being. As the country continues to grapple with the ebbs and flows of the COVID-19 pandemic, many are eager to move into a sense of normalcy. Many in the 50-plus community have developed coping mechanisms that show a strong sense of resiliency and the need to anchor themselves. Ongoing public health concerns, economic issues, and global conflicts are weighing on older adults. By covering topics like sleep, stress management, healthy eating, and exercise, AARP demonstrates that its healthy living offerings can help Americans develop and maintain healthy habits for their mental well-being. Visit us for resources and information at aarp.org/mental health or at aarp.org Arizona. Enjoy the show and thank you for attending.
Thanks, Brenda. Always good to hear from her. So, welcome everybody again. If you've got something to shake, rattle, roll, hit, this is about creating a safe space and just some opportunity for you to groove along and lose some stress by being in the moment and participating. And of course, rustling the neighbors if you have anybody near you, but they'll get used to it. All right? And then, at my job, I just create some very basic beats and rhythms that we can kind of rock out to. I'll have trivia as always. I try to stump you throughout the show, and always feel free to, to chat and share some information with everybody across the screen. We really have built up a fun, nice community over the last, it's been almost 2 years. Wow. And it's good. So do the Brady Bunch hello to somebody, welcome, wave hi on the screen, look down below or something like that. There we go. All right. And here's our opening beat. Yeah. There we go. And remember, whatever you play is the right beat at the right time. Yeah. Hey, Angie. Hey, Jane. Because my eyes can see things here versus the camera projection way over there. Yeah. best they can. Let everybody see what you're playing. Yeah. All right. You gotta go home. A drum, yes. Now, if you're playing the couch, don't worry about it. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Here we go. Shake them out a little bit, push one out as we do, bring them back, let's open them up just a little bit, let all that good rhythmic air that you just created and grab a big piece of it and just bring it to you with a big rhythmical hug. Yeah! And let's open up one more time. Let's take one hand up, and if you need help, remember, tie a rope around it like George Carlin used to do, just pull it right up, right? Okay, yeah, get it on up there, yeah. And let's do the other one. Good. Let's go back and forth on those a couple times, just to loosen up the shoulders. Yeah. One more time. And one more time. Let's press out with a big woo. Here we go. Woo. And bring it back with a deep yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Good job, everybody. Good job. Let me see if we can exercise that brain a little bit with a little bit of trivia to go this morning. And the piece that I'm thinking of today is I'm thinking about a song that was a hit twice by two famous vocalists. One, a keyboard player, the other, a guitarist. Remember, I do try to stump you. Each of these musicians, absolutely the pinnacle, the pantheon of their genre of music. And they each had a hit with this song. Each of them, when they had the hit, one was older, the other one did it as a younger man, as a huge surprise when he did that song. The name of the song only has one word. It is a one-word song that was a hit for two famous male singers, each the top of the tier of their genre of music. One of them did it as a young man. The other one did it when he was a little older. The one who did it as a young man completely switched the genre of music he was known for and even created, and went to and created this song in another genre of music. The one who did it when he was a little older, in the 80s, okay, he had this hit in the 80s, he was already a star in his own right in that genre. The guy who did it as a younger man did it in the mid-60s, early 60s. The one who did it in the early 60s was a keyboard player. Yeah. Well, they call him a piano player there. Okay. Have I totally stumped you? Okay. One of them, in his later career, wore a ponytail. And his instrument shared the name with a famous horse. All right, here comes the big hint. I've really got you going in circles on this one. The title of the song ends in a vowel. The first vowel, the first letter of the alphabet. I'm even going to give it to you. It ends in the letter A. These are two icon performers of American music. The older gentleman has a ponytail. His main instrument is the same as one of the most famous horses in American history that didn't run in a derby and that was owned by a cowboy.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, yes. His guitar is Trigger. The song he did is named, okay, here, you're going to get it now. It's named after something that there's only 50 of in the United States. There's only 50 of these things in the United States. Only 50. Is it on your mind right now? You're trying to think of it? It's on your mind. Boy, did I just drop the biggest hint ever. Okay, here we go. Oh, you got it.
Georgia on my mind.
Yep, okay. Georgia on my mind, right? Georgia.
Yay, bro.
Way to go. Ray Charles and Willie Nelson, right? Ray Charles had the big hit, with Hit the Road Jack and all that stuff, and then he switched to the genre of music of country, and Georgia was on that. And Willie Nelson, right, with Georgia. Way to go, everybody. Way to go. Woo! All right. That's one of my favorite songs, too, Georgia on My Mind. Just an old, sweet song, right? Yeah. If you like that one, give a good thumbs up. I tried to stretch you on that one. Okay, good go. Woo! You're a tough group. I really got to work on these a little bit to get you going. Woo! All right, let's get a little beat going with these. Everybody shake it up, get your shoulders ready. Yeah, throw them out there. Woo! Yeah, okay, here we go. Woo! Hey! Woo! What is the road song for Ray Charles? Hit the road, Jack. Woo! Yeah. Come on, here we go. Woo! We are rocking it out on Saturday. What did Ray Charles say whenever he cut an onion? It's crying time again. These are too easy. Come on, folks. So let's see if we can give you another piece of trivia. Now I want you to think of a particular artist. And I want you to think of songs that you literally could not understand. You heard the lyrics, you moved your mouth to the lyrics, but you had no idea what the lyrics meant or what they were saying. But it may have been one of your most popular songs ever. That's a whole lot of words to say. What are some of the more famous songs that you could not understand the lyrics to? Lion Sleeps Tonight, a Weemaweth, yeah. Yeah, that one. Okay. Now, the one I'm thinking of is something from, let's say, the 70s-ish. And this band, nobody knew what they were saying. Nobody knew what they're saying. It was an absolute huge hit. This particular group we consider a top 40 band. Top 40 band.
In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. That's a good one.
In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida is a good one. That would be from that'd be like from 68, 7. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. What in the? I have no idea what that meant, right? Yep. This one, let me give you a couple more clues to throw you
Jane
off.
says Sha-Na-Na.
Ooh, Sha-Na-Na-Na. Yep, okay. How about this one that I'm thinking of? It's something that affected one of your senses, but not your hearing. Something that affected one of your senses. These lyrics, there was a word in there, nobody knew what it meant. What is that word? And it affected one of your senses, the title of the song. 4-word title. 4-word title. Something that could happen to you on a solar eclipse.
I can't say.
Blinded by the light. Yeah! Woo! Good one. Woo! Blinded by the... Yeah, wrapped up like a deuce, right? It turned out to be, you know, I wrote it. Yeah. Blinded by the light. Yeah, give yourself a hand. All right. Way to go. Way to go. Woo! All right. I want you to think, as I get this drum ready again, I want you to think about another song sung by 2 famous people. And it had to do with a piece of cutlery, could be associated with the title of the song. A piece of cutlery. Think about it. Here we go. Woo! And the piece of cutlery had a name. Loving Spoonful, not bad. But that was What a Day for a Daydream. Yep, no! Mac the Knife. I have got to be more tough on these. Yes, Mac the Knife.
Shanti is
Shanti got, yeah, you know that shark thing. And yeah, okay. Do you remember who the 2 performers were that did that? Okay, one left at a young age and was actually married to a very popular female vocalist pop star, Bobby Darin. Yeah, Bobby Darin. Yeah, and the other one was Louis Armstrong. Did a version of Mac the Knife that was extremely popular. Mac the Knife. Look, oh, Mackie is back in town. All right, here we go. We've been drumming kind of fast with that rhythm. Allow yourself to just kind of fold into this, right here. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I've only got 3 words in my vocabulary when I'm making music. Yeah, and woo! Nice. Now let me see as you're playing or shaking, put the emphasis with me right here, and yeah. Let me feel it. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. 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 Now really soft. Yeah. 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 Woo! Yeah. 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 So of course, if you can say woo and yeah, that qualifies you to be a singer or a rapper from the late 70s, right, early 80s. Because that's all you needed was to throw your hands up in the air and go woo, right? Yeah. All right. Woo. All right. Yeah. Feel that pulse. Let it just sit in on you. Let it just envelop. Yes. I'm going to hold that there for about a minute. Just soak it in, shake, play. If you want to be mindful and close your eyes and just feel that pulse. Yeah, it's for us right now. There you go. I always like scatting over the beat and just making up some sounds. Yeah, feel that groove? All right, here's another little piece to think about. Yeah, tap, shake. We're going to use our mind and our music at the same time. Here's a trivia piece. This particular male artist said he heard this sound when he played his instrument. Of course, I'm not going to tell you what the sound is, because then I would have given you the name of the song. And it was a huge hit for him. And he said whenever he played the drums, this is what he heard. This particular drummer was in a band that had a name that just made you think of the beginning of things. Any guesses? Phil Collins, yes. Woo! And the song, Sussudio. idea how he got Sussudio out of the sound, but he said that's what he heard when he played the drums. Sussudio, yeah. And his band, remember that? Genesis, right? Was his original band before he went solo. And he was kind of like a child star too in English, in England, in the UK, in theater. 1, 2, 3, go! Yeah! Isn't it cool how the threads of music just attach all over the place? Yeah! Woo! Now, thinking of another song where the lyrics made no sense, you could understand the words, you just had no idea what the story was about. It involved an animal. And this animal had 4 legs. This animal shall remain nameless. Boy, is that a big hint. Horse with no name. That's it. Nameless gave it away, right? All right, good job. 1, 2, here we go. We're going to rev it up. Shake him out. Push him out. We're going to rev it up a little bit. Here we go. There's the beat right there. We're shaking it up. We're revving it right there. Hey, yeah.
Abracadabra.
Boy, I'm gonna have to work harder next week. Abracadabra, Steve Miller Band. Woo! Yeah. I wanna reach out, abracadabra, right? I wanna reach out and grab. Good job, everybody. Woo! All right, I'm gonna have to work harder on some trumpet. Woo! Let's stop you. Yeah. What kind of cowboy was Steve Miller? Come on now, that's real easy. Space cowboy. Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah! Woo! Hey! Okay, we're gonna do some rapid fire trivia. Keep it down. Here's how this is gonna work. If you have to type in, still tap your feet, okay, or something, so that your body keeps moving. Because it's hard to type and drum at the same time. Keep that feet moving or the body swaying. Alright, this is signature songs. Signature songs. I'm going to name an artist or a song. You say the name of the artist or the song. First one will be real easy. Signature song of Marvin Gaye. What's going on? Ooh, that's pretty good, but that's not where. Ooh, what's going on? That's a. Oh, I might have to take a second. I think I have to change that. I was going to say I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah, heard it through the grapevine. But either one of those could go, right? He's probably got 3. Okay, what are the other 2? Or wait, we heard it through the grapevine. What's going on? What was his big comeback one? His last major hit. Sexual Healing. Yeah. Oh, I've seen these too. Yeah. What's going on now? Yeah. The band that had the most famous hotel song? Eagles. And what was the name of the hotel? Too easy. There's only one of those in the California. Yeah. Best state to have a dream in? California. Yeah. Yeah, these are just easy ones to keep the brain lucid. How many of you kept your feet moving while I threw those out? Yeah? Yeah. Woo. Yeah. What is the signature song of the Rolling Stones? They got a few. Can't always get it. Nope.
I can't get
No
this.
satisfaction. Yes. Signature song for a guy who used to sit and watch something roll away. Woo! I just dropped that heavy on you.
Wild horses.
Sitting and watching time roll away. Otis Redding. Sitting in the morning. Right? Otis Redding? Sitting on the dock of the bay. His signature song. Okay. Now I want to see the motion with your body. And it's only going to require one limb. Okay, and when you get it, just do it with your limb, and it'll be the signature move of this female trio. When they found love, what were you supposed to do? Don't tell you got it. Stop in the name of love by the Supremes, right? Woo! Yeah. back. All right, brothers give. Almost had it. No. The most famous song in American music history about a state. And there's only 50 of those. I've been banging around the states today. Hey! He was known as a crooner.
New York.
To me, come on. Yeah,
New York.
Yeah. Right, Frank Sinatra. Start spreading. Yeah. All right, give yourselves a hand. Woo! I tried to push a little fast today and throw in a whole bunch of jibber-jabbish trivia over there to exercise that mind. I hope it worked. Push those arms out a little bit. Let's bring them back. Open them up. Wave them this way. Yeah. All right. Push them up. And here's our beat. And I will promise to be quiet now for 10 seconds at least. Yeah. And just kind of hold in. And let's begin to end with our words that we've grown to appreciate here. Upendo, Amani, Fruaha, Nintunda, Nintunda Yaroho. One more time through. Upendo, Amani,
Amani.
Fruaha,
Fruaha.
Nintunda,
Nintunda.
Nintunda Yaroho.
Nintunda
And
Yaro.
we'll chant those back and forth a little bit. What I'd like everyone to do now is just kind of stretch a little bit, get comfortable. And I want you to imagine that you're in your best, warmest shower, where you feel the most comfortable vocalizing, right? So it doesn't matter what key you're in, doesn't matter what's going on, because nobody can see you or hear you, but you're feeling it deep inside as you're singing whatever you sing. Let that voice and that feeling come out. And my other way of saying it is that I believe that keys are for opening doors, and whatever you sing in is fine. Okay, so however it comes out, let it come out. Here we go, one more time. Upendo,
Upendo.
Amani,
Amani.
Fruaha,
Fruaha.
Nintunda,
Nintunda.
Nintunda Yaroho.
Nintunda Yaro.
Yeah. Upendo, Amani, Fruaha, Nintunda, Nintunda, Nintunda Yaro. I'll do that last word again. Nintunda Yaro. Upendo, Amani, Fruaha, Nintunda, Nintunda, Nintunda Yaro. Upendo, Amani, Fruaha, Nintunda, Nintunda, Nintunda Yaro. Nintunda Yaro. One more time, here we go. Upendo, Nintunda. Nintunda. Nintunda Yaroho. Let's do that last one a few times together. Nintunda Yaroho. Let's sing it together. Here we go. Nintunda Yaroho. Nintunda Yaroho. Nintunda Yaroho. One last time around. Upendo. Amani. Ruaha. Nintunda. Nintunda. Nintunda Yaroho. In Swahili, Upendo is love, Amani is peace, Ruaha is joy and harmony, and Nintunda Yaroho is of the heart of the spirit. Yay! And I feel so strong about our group getting together and doing this when we do on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Thank you, AARP. Thank you, everybody. How you doing? Everybody get also... Yeah. Thanks for sharing so much in that trivia stuff, too. Doesn't it make the mind just kind of pull it all together? And I think when you can immerse yourself in music, in the mind, and the body, and just be as present with it, it just gets all tingly in the brain and with whatever you're playing, and that's what makes music so special. And since I'm going to leave you with this piece, here we go. This band, this song, made by a band with one name, may be one of the original, if not the original. I completely do not understand what they're saying in this song. This song has been featured in a few movies. One of the best ones was Animal House. That's a really big clue. And especially during the party scene in the frat house with John Belushi. And this particular band also had a few other hits that no way resembled this song. You wouldn't even know they're from the same band, and they, I believe, are from England. Yeah, I believe. They are from the UK. Their band ends with an S, and it has two hard consonants in the middle. I'm sorry, in the name as well. It has an S in it, two hard consonants, and the vowel is an I. And the name of the song has a name in it, and it's repeated twice.
They're saying hang on, Sloopy.
Nope, not Hang On Sloopy. But Sloopy, hang on. Yeah, the Kinks, Louie Louie. Right? Right? Yeah, everybody remembers that scene of, yeah. Yeah. I have no idea what those words mean. I've looked them up. I've heard them. Yeah. Have a great next couple of weeks. And Producer Catherine, we are back on Wednesday.
May 25th.
May 25th, okay? Join us, and I will continue to drop in all this trivia. And thank you so much for sharing back and forth and making sure that the group is connected. Everybody, take care, be well, sing a song. Ow! See you soon. All right.